Now, a major part of assertiveness is about rights. It's about your rights and the rights of other people. So the objective is to stand up for your own rights while also respecting the rights of other people. So for example, I've got a right to wear this shirt, and you've got a right to dislike this shirt. And I've got a right to ignore the fact that you don't like this shirt. I think it's okay, I'm happy. By the way, if you really hate this shirt, I should respect your right to hate this shirt, and I should wear a different shirt. If it's making you unhappy and it's easy for me to change, then respecting your rights seems like a better course of action than standing up for my own. But if I really want to wear it, I do have a right to. Another right, perhaps a more sensible one than my shirt example, is to be heard. So for example, in a meeting, you might speak up with an idea or an opinion, and they may not hear you. And you might think, oh, well, I don't want to say it a second time because I don't want to be boring. But you've got a right to be heard. You've got a right to repeat yourself until they acknowledge what you've said, even if they disagree with it. And you've also got a right to be able to say how you feel. Everyone has a right to say how they feel. If they're not happy about something, they've got a right to have that feeling and to express it. One of the things I regret teaching my wife a long time ago, I'm only kidding, is the little phrase, I don't have to justify how I feel. And she uses this on me quite often, actually. When I'm saying to her, why don't you want to see this film? Or why don't you like my friend Dave? She just says, well, I just don't. And I don't have to justify how I feel. And she's right. She doesn't have to justify herself. She can have any feeling she likes and she can express them whenever she wants to. And of course, it's good for both of us to know how she feels and how I feel about everything. Some other examples of rights might be saying something that's a little bit unpopular in a meeting. I can remember once in a meeting that was losing its thread. I think it had gone way off track. There was no progress being made. And I remember suddenly I said this. I just said, look, this meeting's just going round in circles. Aren't we ever going to get anything decided? And they all went a bit quiet, as if I'd upset them. And then afterwards, they all said to me, Chris, we're really glad you said that. We all thought that too. But none of them had been assertive enough just to stand up for themselves in the meeting and say, look, what's going on? So speaking up in front of other people is a right that you've got. So I want you to think about, do you stand up enough for your personal rights? Which of your rights have you perhaps not stood up for recently? And also, are you respecting the rights of other people? And this second one can be difficult because it's hard to see it from their point of view. So are you sure that you're respecting the rights of others? And remember that you are responsible for everything that you think and say and do. So if you don't respect the rights of somebody else, or if you don't stand up for your own, you are responsible for that. You've chosen to not do that. So have a think about rights and see if there are areas where maybe you could be a little bit stronger, but also a little bit more respectful to other people.